We were right at the very end of deployment. We were working in the Al Anbar province of Iraq.
Lieutenant Jason Redman was an elite warrior, a member of the U.S. Navy SEALs fighting in Iraq. His life changed forever in 2007 when his team came under fire from a high-powered machine gun. Jay took 2 rounds in the arm.
I was kind of pinned down in this fire, so I got down as low as I could in the dirt in this field and was trying to get my tourniquet on. I was turned trying to address that arm wound when I took a round from the right side that caught me in the face, traveled through my face and took off my nose, took off a large, most of my cheekbone, shattered all the bones around my eye and shattered my jaw.
Jay never got his tourniquet on. He was bleeding out. As he lay there dying in the middle of that field, his thoughts turned to his family.
And I just remember laying there thinking, this is it. I could just feel the life leaving me, and I felt like somebody had set like a 10,000-pound concrete block on top of me. I couldn't move a muscle anymore. I started to think a little more in those final moments as things started to cloud down. I don't know, I thought about my family is really what I thought about. And I thought about how I wanted to watch my kids grow up, and I wanted to come home to be with my wife. I called out to God and I said, hey, give me strength to go home. And in that moment, I felt like I had strength. I just suddenly felt like I had energy.
He managed to get up and walk to the medevac nearly 70 yards away. Jay made it off the battlefield that day alive, but years of grueling recovery lay ahead.
When I was in the hospital and it happened, I was like, okay, so a couple of months to put me back together and, I'll be back. And yeah, I remember the look on that doctor's face who shook her head and was like, we're talking years. And that was the first time that it really sunk in. Wow, this is serious.
Jay has undergone 37 surgeries over the last 4 years. He spent more than 7 months with a tracheotomy, 11 weeks with his jaw wired shut. He's had over 1,100 stitches, 200 staples, and countless other procedures.
I suffered from many, many infections in my face that this is actually the third nose that they built me. The first 2 failed, and they had to cut all that tissue out.
Battlefield injuries are very unique, and like thousands of others recovering in hospitals around the country, Jay struggled to find clothing that would fit over all of his medical devices. That's when the light bulb went on, and he founded Wounded Wear.
This is the core shirt that started Wounded Wear, the scarred so that others may live free.
Wounded Wear provides clothing modifications for injured servicemen and women. They also give away these T-shirts for wounded veterans, so others will recognize their sacrifice.
As I went through this recovery process, that was the most difficult thing, is I would go out in public and people would just stare all the time. I used, to joke with my wife, here I go again out into the land of stares and gawks.
Wounded Wear hopes to turn those stares and gawks into gratitude. Jay says the shirts really resonate with the wounded and help in the healing process.
It becomes a badge of honor for them. And I really think that what it does is it plants that seed for them to want to get back out into society and to be proud of the wounds that they've sustained, proud of the sacrifice they've made.
The group delivers kits to service members recovering in hospitals. They include Wounded Wear clothing and reading materials. Jay draws from his own experience in the hospital to anticipate their needs.
I got tired of wearing that gown with my rear end hanging out all the time, so I'd always say, man, can't I just get a pair of pajamas, some pajama pants? So I threw in a pair of soft pajama pants for the guys.
Jay works tirelessly to help heal the wounds of war, but he believes it's ultimately up to the American people to show these men and women their sacrifices are worth it.
What have you done for your country lately? You don't have to serve on the battlefield to serve. There are lots of ways to give back. You just need to find them and figure out how you're going to do it. Even if it's something as simple as just raising your children to understand that this country didn't happen overnight. There was tremendous hard work and sacrifice that made it what it is, and they need to be thankful every day for this gift we have.
Tyler James, CBN News.